Hello, good evening, good morning, whatever it is. I'm Teri. Nice to see you this day. We're gonna take it easy today. We're gonna go mellow, we're gonna flow. It'll be smooth, it'll be gentle. Hopefully it'll just get everything moving and grooving ever so slightly. Get your lymphatic system moving, get the synovial fluid producing, all the good stuff, and just quiet that monkey brain. Go ahead and find a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. Today I'm opting to sit on top of a folded up blanket to just keep my hips up a little bit higher. And if that feels good to you, do the same, maybe a little pillow or a block if you have one, or anything that might lift your hips up. If you don't need to, then don't. And start to feel the sit bones grounding down. Perhaps you'd like to pull the flesh out from underneath the bum, rooting down into the earth. And starting to find space in the spine as you lengthen your inhales. Feeling the crown of your head aligning with the shoulders aligning with the pelvis. The eyelids are heavy. And right now you get to choose whether your palms are up or down. As you sit here connecting to the breath, scan the body, starting from the crown of the head, working your way down. Noticing any areas that you might want to bring some more attention to this practice. Maybe something is tense. Maybe something needs strength. Bring your right hand up to the heart, bring your left hand to the belly. Take an inhale through the nose. Pause at the top. Open mouth, release. In through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. One more in. Let it out. Paying attention to the heart rate, how it correlates to the length and the depth of your breath. And then bring your hands to heart center. Start to rub the hands together, creating some friction, creating heat. Once you feel that heat there, cup your hands over your eyes. And focus into that deep darkness. And take your fingertips and start to massage your hairline, around the eyebrows, down the temples, maybe the cheekbones, down alongside the ears, down the jaw, and the front and the sides of the neck, maybe down the back of the neck where the shoulders meet. And bring the hands back down to the knees. Just taking one more big breath. Inhale, reach your hands high overhead. Find some space and exhale, twist out to your right. Bring your left hand to the right knee. Bring your right fingers behind you. As you inhale, the spine lengthens. As you exhale, maybe you find a slightly deeper twist. If it feels okay to you, maybe you look a little further over the right shoulder. Inhale, reach all the way back up to center. And exhale, twisting out to the left. Right hand meets the left knee. Left fingers plant behind. Again, maybe looking over the left shoulder. reach all the way up. Exhale, rock over the knees, come into child's pose. Keep the knees out as wide as you can. Bring the big toes to touch and start to walk the fingers forward, surrendering the ribs between the thighs. Keep the sit bones reaching back towards the heels. Bring the forehead to the mat. And as you breathe here, notice the rib cage expanding like a balloon in every direction. You feel your belly reaching for the ground. You feel your back reaching for the sky on the inhales. And as you exhale, it all contracts. Feel the diaphragm engaging. You can play around. You can gently rock your forehead a little on the mat if you like. And keeping your elbows on the ground, bring your palms together. Draw the thumbs back between the shoulder blades, starting to open through the triceps. And maybe you stay there, perhaps you have to readjust where the elbows are. And maybe you release your hands and give yourself a little shoulder massage while you're there. That is my permanent problem child of a spot. And back to the neck there. Bring the hands back out long. And then using the core, rolling up to a tabletop position. Now we're stacking the shoulders just over the wrists. The hips just over the knees. Pressing into the tops of the feet. Spreading the fingers out nice and wide. We're going to keep the arms straight here as we bring circles into the hips. Feel the wrists massaging out. Getting rid of any last little creaks you've got in the hips. Switching directions. And finding your way back to neutral. Inhale, release your belly down, lift the hips, roll the shoulders down, lift your gaze. Cow pose. Exhale to cat. Tuck your chin to your chest, scoop the hips. Look between the thighs. Now begin to sit back on the heels. Inhale, look forward, pull your chest between the hands. Come back to cow pose, releasing the belly. Exhale, peel the shoulder blades apart, looking back, sitting back on the heels. Let your breath dictate your movements here. So as you inhale, you slowly move forward to cow pose. As you exhale, you come back to cat, then sit back. You're like a big wave being propelled by your breath. And come back to neutral. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips all the way up for downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet out one at a time. Can't believe I'm wearing socks. Reaching your sit bones nice and high. Pressing into the fingertips rather than the wrists. And find a moment of stillness, reaching both heels towards the earth, but knowing that they just might never reach. Every body is different. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, bend the knees, press your chest back, look forward, step lightly to the top of your mat with parallel feet. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Nice flat back, engage the belly. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Now if your hamstrings feel tight, just start. Bring a little bend into the knees. Relaxing the crown of the head down. Inhale, root to rise. Reach the fingers to the ceiling, lifting gaze. Exhale, connecting the thumbs to heart center. Samasthiti. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive forward. Uttanasana. Relax the head. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands shoulder width apart, step back to high plank. Drop the knees down, tuck the heels up towards the seat. Lower down through chaturanga as the elbows sweep back towards the ribs. Inhale to cobra. Keeping the hips and the knees down on the earth and a nice bend in the elbow. Keep the chest pulling forward and the shoulders rolling away from the ears. Then using your core, tuck the toes, roll over all the way back to down dog. Maybe pedal out a little more, bring a figure 8 to the hips. Take some deep breaths. This can always be your reset point. If something doesn't feel good ever, you can retreat to child's pose or down dog. Find a moment of stillness. Inhale, reach the right leg to the ceiling. Exhale, draw the right foot between your hands. Spin your way up to warrior 2. So you're spinning the left heel down so the left foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Maybe you turn the toes in ever so slightly. Now the right heel is in line with the left arch. Your right knee is just above the ankle or maybe back a little. The arms are out wide to a T. Gaze shifts over the right fingers. Start to press into the right foot, feeling the outside edge of the right leg engage. That way that right knee isn't turning in. Inhale, flip your front palm, and exhale, reverse your warrior. Now either the left hand will glide down the back leg or wrap around the lower back for the crease of the right thigh. Maybe lifting the gaze. Feeling your breath focused into the right rib cage. Inhale, slowly rising back to warrior 2. Feeling strong here, taking a nice breath. Now imagine that we're in a big pot of honey, so we're fighting a resistance with every move we make here. Turn your palms up. As you inhale, we're going to lengthen all limbs, reaching up to the ceiling, lifting your focus. And exhale, you have to fight through all that honey to get back to warrior 2. So you're engaging all those muscles. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend, pressing back down. One more. And exhale. Straightening the front leg, maybe shortening your stance if that feels like it's necessary for you. Coming into triangle pose, we kick the hips back. Make sure both legs are strong. The right knee is not locked, but it's engaged. And we reach as far forward as we can. And when we cannot reach any further, tick-tock the arms north to south. So the left hand is reaching for the ceiling, the right hand falls wherever it organically falls. If you have a block, grab it if the ground feels far away from you. Otherwise, just allow the hand to be where it needs to be. Looking up at the left fingers if okay, and if not, looking down at the right toes. Try to push the right shoulder forward as the left shoulder rolls back. Take one more inhale, lengthening from the right fingers to the left fingers. And exhale, frame the front foot, bend into that knee, step back to down dog. See if you notice any differences from side to side. And inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, pull that left foot between the hands. Wiggle the arms out. Drop the right heel down for warrior two. Now take a look at your foundation. Maybe the right toes are angled in a bit. Left heel is in line with the arch of the right foot. Arms are strong. Gaze over the left fingers. Now we're pressing into the left foot and igniting the outside edge of the left leg. Inhale, flipping the front palm. Exhale, reversing your warrior. Now breathing into the left rib cage. Again, you get to decide if the right arm glides down the leg or wraps around the lower back. Continuously gliding into that front knee. Inhale, coming back to center. Settle in. Now we're back in that big vat of honey. Turn the palms up. Let's fight the resistance as we inhale and lengthen. Exhale, bend. Pressing back down. Inhale. Turn on. Exhale. Bend. One more. And exhale. Now straightening the front leg, coming into Trikonasana. Shortening the stance if you'd like, kicking the hips back, reaching forward, reach, find length in the spine, then reach from 12 to 6 o'clock. Again, both legs are strong, they're not locked. Maybe you feel a difference between the left and the right sides in this posture. Whether it's in the side body or the neck or the legs. Inhale, slowly rising back up. And exhale, framing the front foot, stepping back to your down dog. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Now inhale the right leg to the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge. Bring the right foot back between the hands. Drop the left knee. Untuck the toes. And inhale, lift the hips. Reach up through the fingers. Now pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Grab opposite elbows over your head. Try to get the biceps back. And on your next inhale, invite a micro bend into the back. Ever so slightly, lifting your chest towards where the ball meets the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, release the elbows, frame the front foot. Now shift the hips back, straightening the right leg for a half split. Pull the right toes back towards your face. Walk your hands back alongside the hips. Inhale. Exhale, lead with your heart, forward fold. Trying to keep the chin floating away from the chest, gazing at your lovely toes. Continuously pulling that right hip back and the left hip forward. In the event that feels too intense, you can always invite a micro bend into the right knee, or you can take this dynamically and go from a bent lunge to the half split. One more inhale. And walk the hands forward, bending the right knee. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, find some space in the spine. And exhale, you twist over to the right. Bring the left elbow to the outside edge of the right knee. Pressing into the opposite hand as the elbows reach to top and bottom. Twisting through the soft part of the belly. In breath. And exhale, frame the front foot, tuck the left toes, step back to down dog. Inhaling the left toes high. Exhale, low lunge. Now the left foot comes between the hands. You drop the right knee, untuck the toes, and inhale, reach. Now the hips are lining up over the right knee. Hips are tucking forward. Grabbing opposite elbows overhead. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, slightly shifting the hips forward, opening the chest. Inhale, reach. Frame the front foot, and as you exhale, shift the hips back, straighten the front leg. Pulling the left toes back towards your face as you flex the foot. Walk your hands back alongside the hips and inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart. Again, we're focusing on our pretty little toes. Left hip glides back, right hip pulls forward. Slowly bending the front knee, walking the hands forward. Now we're going to tuck the right toes, fire the leg. Now we walk the hands over to the right, pivoting both sets of toes. So we're in wide-legged forward fold. Toes are pigeon-toed ever so slightly, so the toes are turning in, heels are just barely turning out. Bring your hands to your hips and inhale, halfway lift, so your spine is nice and long. Interlace the hands behind your low back. And as you exhale, lead with the heart, forward fold. Allow that fist to fall up and overhead. While you're hanging out here, you can gently nod the head, yes and no. You can softly sway a little side to side. Use this as a variation of ragdoll. Maybe later on shifting the hips a little side to side. If your fingers are interlaced with ease, see if you can get the palms to touch. And release the hands. Bring them back to the hip. Engage the belly. Come up halfway. Sweep over to the left side. Bend that left leg. Plant the hands. Step back to your tabletop position. We're not here for long. We're going to swing the hips around one way or the other. Come onto your back side. Not many graceful ways of doing that. And bring the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to fall out wide. Coming into butterfly pose or Baddha Konasana. Now it doesn't necessarily matter how close your heels are to the groin, wherever is comfortable for you. I just want you to focus on lifting up out of the lower back as opposed to curving the spine. We want integrity in the spine. So bring the thumbs to the arches of the feet. Hang on to them. Inhale, float the crown up nice and high. As you exhale, peel the soles of your feet apart and start to bend forward, hinging at the hips. Maybe your elbows can act as a prop and encourage the knees down towards the ground a little further, if that feels good to you. Again, the chin is floating away from the chest, because the instant your chin comes down, the whole spine curves, and that's not what we're here for. Take 2 more deep, nourishing breaths. Slowly rolling up, bringing your hands to the outsides of the knees and pulling them together like a book. Reach the fingers out long and slowly roll all the way down. Start to walk the shoulder blades in towards one another, pressing the low back into the mat so it becomes flush with the ground. See, right now there's a gap. I believe you can see that there's space there. But now I'm tucking the hips forward, pressing the low back gap down. Now draw your knees up to a 90 degree angle. Glue the legs together and bring your arms out wide to a T, palms down. Take an inhale, continue to press your lower back into the ground, and exhale, drop both knees over towards the right side, but allow them to hover above the ground. Keep that left shoulder driving towards the earth. Inhale, rock back up to center. And exhale, hover the knees over to the left. Now the right shoulder presses down. Fingertips are wide to help. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale. To the left. One more each side. Follow your breath. Coming back to center when you're ready. Hugging the knees up towards the chest and grabbing the outside edges of your feet for happy baby. Drawing the knees up towards the shoulders. Toes are flexing back towards the face. Unlocking through the hips, the hip flexors. Maybe rocking a little side to side, massaging through the kidneys. Now that we've opened the hamstrings, you can play with lengthening each leg. And hugging your knees up into the chest, giving yourself a big squeeze. Inhale, pull the forehead up to the knees. And open mouth, exhale into Shavasana. If you have a bolster or a pillow or a blanket rolled up, you can put it underneath your knees for a little support and relief of the lower back, if you'd like. Allow the palms to turn up, toes to fall out to the sides. Feel your body melting into the earth. And show it a bit of gratitude, allowing it to receive all the benefits of your practice. Stay here as long as you like.